Recording. Are we recording?
Yes.
Yay! All right. So it is our June monthly meeting, believe it or not. So sorry we weren't able to do this last night. Tiffany was not well yesterday. I wasn't feeling well. Isaac got sick yesterday afternoon. Lily got sick last night. It was just a hot mess for 24 hours. So I think we're back on the mend. At least my headache is finally broke and the kids are not any longer hugging the toilet, which is a good thing. So we have a lot of stuff to cover. We're going to kind of start with some of the announcement stuff first and try to get all that done and then work into the training toward the end of it. So we have lots and lots to talk about. So Tiffany, we'll just alternate on these. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay, I'll start with conference. So conference is coming for those of you guys that are new to us or have been hidden in a dark cave somewhere and don't know about conference. So conference is the last week in July from the 24th, right? 25th through the 27th. If you would like to go to Chicago with myself and the other people that are from our team that are going, please let us know. There is an event created on our Wolfpack organization page with all of the information that you need. There's also in our Wolfpack training document, there's a section in there about national conference. It is a great opportunity for you guys that have never gone to get some training from the top field leaders other than myself. Because sometimes, you guys, how you kind of go nose blind to smells in your house? Well, sometimes you tend to go nose blind to the people training you. And so it's always really good idea to get trained from other people. And this is the opportunity to do that. And then also have some team bonding, some time. So Tiffany and myself have reserved 2 hotel rooms for our team. But unfortunately, we have to at some point say, okay, we can only do 1 room, or okay, we have enough people for 2 rooms, because we've both paid for one of those rooms out of our money right now until we've heard from you guys to secure them. So June 15th is when conference registration price goes up. If you're not a new consultant, okay, so it goes up in price if you're somebody over a year. And then if you're still in your, under a year, it's still $99. But we have had to come to a point where it's kind of a cutoff, okay, for us so that we know whether we can drop a room and get our money back or not. So June 15th is when you have to decide whether you want to go to national conference with us or not, okay? On the 16th, Tiffany and myself will kind of evaluate where we're at. If we have enough for 2 rooms, then awesome. And if we don't, then we're going to get rid of one so we can get our money back for it. So if we have not heard from you by the 15th that night, then we're going to assume who's going is going. And we will not be able to provide, room for you guys there. Okay. So you guys will basically be on your own because we've had a lot of time and it's been talked about a lot. But at some point financially, we have to kind of untangle ourselves from that obligation. So, like I said, it's a great experience. If you've never gone, it's completely worth it. It's that kick in the butt, the fresh training, the kind of middle of the year, the middle of the summer when we all kind of go, and we need that pick me up. That's exactly what it does. But with that being said, for those of you guys that cannot afford national conference, Tiffany has another idea for you.
So October 18th, 19th, and 20th is the Hazleton Retreat, which is in Pennsylvania. It's about, is it 2 hours away from us?
Yeah, about hour and 45 minutes, depending how fast I'm driving.
Right. So from Shippensburg, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. We get a hotel up there, and from what Becky has found out, there is only 8 spots left.
That's it.
This one has filled up extremely fast. The first time I went, they had registration start at conference, and this is way before conference. So if you want to go, this is another great time to get experience. I can't remember her name. Who's the speaker?
Marna Ross.
Marna Ross is the speaker. So, and plus other leaders are going to be speaking as well and training. So if you cannot make it to conference, this is less expensive. And it's, I don't know, the experience there as well is extremely good. And you take home, you know, a lot of wealth, and you get to bond with other people from, you know, the East Coast, because there's people all along the East Coast, and there's some people from the West too that come to this retreat as well. So if it's something that you're on the fence about, please, please consider going, because it is well worth the time and money. So that is October 18th, 19th, and 20th. And register now. Becky has made a post about it. Just do a search in the team page for a retreat. It's the Hazleton, and you could register right there. PayPal. It is it still $100?
Yeah, still $100. Yep.
Still $100 to go up. I don't even think it's going to make it past the, this is the early bird special. I don't think it's going to make it past that. So please consider it tonight and register. It is a fun time as well.
The only thing I'll add on to that is the guest speaker, Marta Ross. I've heard her speak before. I've heard her speak at National Conference. She literally had everybody in the audience at National Conference crying their eyes out when she shared her story. But if you guys can picture me about 30 years from now, like my dry humor, my love for making y'all laugh, like that's Marna in a nutshell, but like 30 years older. But she's been with Pampered Chef for 25 years. So when you're talking experience in this business, the ups and the downs, anything that you can possibly need from one person, she is definitely that person. It will not last. I would say 24 hours. If it's not sold out, we'll be lucky. Okay. So my thought with this is, if you are thinking you want to go, if you're on the fence, go ahead and register. You can get your money back if you can't go, but at least that secures your spot. Okay. The hotel for the weekend normally ends up costing us around $40 a person, right around there for the weekend. So we have a great time. I mean, I try to have fun no matter where I'm at. So, all right. So another opportunity, this one is going to be for the Wolfpack organization. Many of you guys know we have a group that is, basically a place where you guys can all add your potential recruits to. If you're not familiar with it, again, you can kind of search through the group. What's the name of our group? Oh my gosh. When Opportunity Knocks is what it's called. There's a group set up. If you're not a member of the When Opportunity Knocks group, make sure you join that. And then as you guys are talking with your host, your customers, people about the business, and they have interest, make sure that you're adding them into that group. On June 23rd at 7:00, Tiffany and myself are going to run a live event in there. So kind of like we did a couple months ago, leading up to the event, we'll kind of have some informational posts leading up to it. And then on the 23rd at 7:00, I will go live to answer any questions that your potentials may have to help you guys with growing your teams. It's a great way to take the pressure off of you. If you get me the people, I will help you get the new consultants, okay? So it's a great way, though, to take the pressure off of you guys, especially those of you guys that are new, to really learn how to answer those questions for people. Sometimes, we get excited when we have a potential that's thinking about joining. And what we do is Becky's famous terminology, we word vomit all over them because we're so excited. And what happens is it literally scares people away because we're so excited. Okay. And so this event, if you kind of sit back, observe, but also participate when it asks for consultant participation, you guys will get more familiar with what kind of words and verbiage to use with people when they're thinking about the business opportunity. So that's June 23rd at 7:00. Again, just make sure you, number one, have joined that group. And then number two, that you start, as you're talking with people, you're adding those people that are fence sitters into that group. What else, Tiff?
So,
talk about the next one.
Huh?
Do you want me to talk about the next one?
It doesn't matter. Either one.
Mm-hmm.
You know more about it. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you're not going to National Conference, there is a great opportunity for you if you're local to me. Shippensburg Fair is that week. And so many of you guys are going to be looking for a way to build your contacts, especially if you're new or if you're somebody that's been in the business for a while. And one of the ways that you can make extra contacts is by doing vendor events, okay? So Shippensburg Fair has been an event in the local area for 100 years. And, you know, it's a great way to make contacts. And so what I do every year is I secure the spot for our team. We'll have it from the 22nd to the 27th. I pay for it up front. You guys pay me back with whatever days that you guys are going to secure. I'm going to be posting all the information. I know I've said it 3 times that I was going to post the information and I haven't yet. Been a little bit crazy. But I am going to be posting the information so that you guys can, it's a first come, first serve thing. Okay. So when I post the information with the dates and times that we need teammates to fill in those spots, you're going to want to make sure that you comment with what date and time that you want to grab. Okay. I look at this as a great way for you guys. If you're new, especially, I try to make sure there's always 2 people there. Sometimes we don't need to have 2 people there, but if we can get 2 people there, it's always more valuable, I think, because then you can learn from each other. Okay. As you're talking to customers. So that will be July 22nd through 27th. Make sure to watch on the Wolfpack organization page for more information about that one.
So the next thing is, throughout the summer, Becky has come up with a great idea that herself, myself, and Carolyn and other special guests from like other teams that are in the leadership position that we're going to do pop-up training. So you're not constantly hearing from Becky. So
I know you love me, but
so as you guys have all seen, and if you haven't seen, please go back through the team page and look for Carolyn's pop-up training that she did on recruiting already. I think it was on Thursday.
Yes, it was awesome.
She did a great job. Please make a comment saying that you have watched the replay of it so we can keep track of who is actually following these trainings. One, we value our time as much as we value your time. So we're taking out time to help you guys as well as helping ourselves. So make sure that you're investing time into your business like we are for you in your business as well. So you'll be seeing ours, like Becky, myself, and Carolyn's be live. The special guests that are special will be on Zoom.
Special, 75.
I know, right? Please forgive my voice because I'm still like sore throat sick. So look for those on Zoom. They'll be recorded and they could hop on at that point, right, Becky? Just like
yeah. So I'll be creating. I have a couple of them lined up already. We're working on dates right now, so I'm going to be creating events on them. So basically, guys, kind of what we're trying to do with the Wolfpack organization page is really focus on making that nothing but like a training spot for you guys. Okay, have you guys kind of noticed that that's kind of what we've been doing? So that when you're looking for training, that's where you're going to go. Okay. So that kind of brings me to the subject that's not on our paper, which is our team pages. So Tiffany has her own team page. Carolyn has her own team page. I have my own personal team page. And then we also have the Wolfpack organization page. Okay. So the Wolfpack organization page is simply going to be just for training. So for upcoming events, upcoming trainings, anytime like I adjust the training document, basically that's what you're going to see on that page. Okay. Any kind of content, any questions you guys have, those kinds of things, make sure you're asking them over on our personal team pages that you coincide with. Okay. What this is going to do, number one, it helps our personal teams kind of connect better. And it lets you guys, step up to the plate and really help out each other, help the new consultants when I'm not available or when Tiffany's not available or Carolyn's not available. But also, it's going to give us a way to better serve the needs of our personal teams. Okay. So Tiffany is a brand new advanced director. Carolyn is a brand new director. And their teams, where mine has been around for a while, right? And we're pretty established. the needs of Tiffany's team and the needs of Carolyn's team are a little bit different than what my personal team needs, okay? So what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes it's a really good idea for Tiffany or for Carolyn to do some kind of incentive for their team only to help them get ramped up with sales or help them get ramped up with recruiting. And it's really hard for us to do that if we're all together on the same page, but to try to do a personal team incentive. Does that make sense to you guys? So we needed a way to really be able to have that sense of identity within our own personal team. So for those of you guys don't know, my personal team came up with a really cool team name. You guys want to know it? I love it. It's Becky's Force to be Reckoned with. I love it. It's whole like Star Wars theme. I totally geeked out on it. So already I'm all excited about it. So anyway, so it gives us a way to really focus in on the needs of our own personal teams. Okay. Not to say, you know, that we're not all still together. Okay. We're all still together. It's just, this is a way for us to speak directly to the needs of our personal teams. Okay. So other than that, like I said, all of the training end of things are going to be on the Wolfpack organization page because really we always do the training portion of it together. Okay. So that's just kind of how that's fallen into place. My dog is getting annoying. There's someone outside, like in the backyard. I'm sorry if you hear barking dogs. Oh, so any questions on any of the announcement stuff that we've talked about so far? Anybody have any questions? Man, we did that pretty fast, Tiffany. Woo!
Yeah.
All right. Well, so, it's June. You guys believe it's June? Like halfway through the year? It's summertime? You guys excited about summer? No? Yes? Some of you? Maybe? Yeah? Okay. So how many of you guys are planning on having a business in the summer? Raise your hands. Awesome. Awesome. So if you're planning on having a business in the summer, that means you should be doing what right now?
You have to unmute yourself to talk, guys.
Yeah, most of you guys are muted.
Booking party.
Booking party!
I figured it out.
I love it, actually.
So
we should
I
be
have
booking
to
parties.
say, yesterday was my first party that somebody booked a party that was a guest at that party.
Yay! It's always a good feeling to get a booking from a booking, right? It's always a good feeling. And really, we should be striving for that at every single show. Anybody remember how many shows you should try to book?
Actually, no. You know what? It's not my first one. I apologize. It's my
That's
second.
okay.
It's my second.
It's the first one this week. Ha! You like that. So how many bookings should we strive to get from every single show? Who knows? 2 at least, right? So why at least 2, Michelle?
All right, I need to take you off mute because my kids are like hollering in the background. I need to.
They're okay.
Oh, you haven't heard her high pitched squeal yet, so don't say that quite yet. Because from those 2, you get more. What do you mean? Why 2?
Yeah, why 2? Why 2 from every show?
Why do they set the standard of getting 2?
To keep you in business.
Yeah,
I think that's an achievable number though. Too.
Yeah, it's totally doable, right? Completely doable. So the whole focus and the reason why you want to get 2 is because you want 1 to replace the show that you just did, okay? And 1 to grow your business with, okay? So what happens when you only get 1 from every single show is eventually in 30 days you have no business left, okay? Because what you have to factor in there is that you guys are going to have cancellations along the way. When you start to have cancellation, that wipes out your numbers, okay? So you literally go from having 4 shows on your calendar this month. If you only get 1 next month, right? Or if you get 1 booking from every one of those, that means you have 4 shows next month. Well, guess what? The law of numbers is going to hit you, and you're probably going to have 1 to 2 of those cancel. So you're going to end up with about half the shows. So in about 60 days, you're going to have 0 on your calendar if that continues to happen. So the goal should always be at least 2 shows from every single show. Now, there's lots of ways. You're probably thinking to yourself, oh, my God, how am I going to get 2 shows from every single show? And I can't even get 1 show on my calendar. Okay, so I'll give you guys all 30 seconds to have this like little sad face. Everybody do it. Make a sad face. Sad faces. Okay, now frown upside down. Okay, because that's all you get from me. That's it. No pity parties allowed. No boo-hoo, I can't get bookings allowed. None of that stuff, okay? Because I can tell you one thing is for certain. In the 8 years that I've been doing this, people want to have parties, but you have to ask them, okay? Nobody is ever going to beat down your door. Nobody's going to ever be blowing your phone up. Oh my God, Becky, I need to have a party with you. No, it's not going to happen, okay? For those of you guys that don't know me very well, I'm a realist. Like, I live in that real world. Sometimes it's not the pleasantest of worlds, but I am a total realist, especially in this business, okay? So you have to work hard to get the results that you want. And when you are consistent with that, meaning that when you do that for at least 30, 60, 90 days, guess what happens? You build momentum in your business. And at some point in your business, you're going to get to the part where you're kind of on autopilot because you're booking shows from every single show. And you don't have to pick up that phone and make phone calls anymore. And you don't have to send 1,000 messages out to people anymore, right? Because you're booking shows from shows. But if you're just getting your business up and running, there's one really, really important thing that you have to learn. One lesson that you have to know right now, okay? And that is whatever you do right now will affect you for the next 90 days. Okay? So whatever you're doing right now, 90 days from now, you're going to feel those effects. So that means if you're booking shows right now, right? And you're doing parties right now, and you're getting 2 bookings from every single show right now, in 90 days, your calendar is going to be amazing. But if you're doing shows right now, and you're not sending messages to continue to fill your calendar up, and you're not getting bookings from every single show, at 90 days, you're also going to see what happens to your calendar. Does that make sense to you guys? So basically what I'm telling you is that until you get into this momentum with your business, that you're booking consistently at least 2 shows from every party, you have to continue to send messages out each and every day, okay? Now, I'm not telling you to send 50 messages a day. That's not what I'm telling you. But what I will tell you is that if you message me and you say, Becky, I cannot book shows, my first question to you is going to be this: how many messages have you sent in the last 7 days to people? Okay? The reason I'm going to ask that is because if you're going to tell me, oh, I've sent around 10 messages, 10 messages is not going to be enough, guys. Okay? Again, going back to the real world. Because out of 10, you may be lucky to get 1 booking. We fall into this law of numbers. You guys will hear me preach it over and over and over and over and over again. But only about a quarter are you're going to get results from. So of 10 messages, you'll probably have 2 people respond to you, 2 to 3. And of that 2 to 3, maybe 1 will book a show. Because it's a quarter of a quarter. Okay? Make sense? So it's numbers. So I challenge each of you guys to really look. Okay? Because, you know, I can kind of see, and I'm a little nosy sometimes. So, you know, Renee, if you're sending me a message and you're like, Becky, I need help, I can't get bookings. And I say, Renee, how many messages have you sent? And you say, I've sent messages to all my friends. I'm going to say, oh, wait a minute, hold on. How many friends does Renee have? Oh, wait, Renee, you have 276 friends? Renee, you've sent 276 messages? Right? That's as my job. My job is to help push you guys in the right direction. Okay. It's never to do the work for you. Okay. Because I have my own job. I have my own personal business, and I have to unfortunately send my own messages. But what my job is to help push you guys in the direction that you need to head in order to get the results that you need from your business. So if Renee then says, well, I've sent like 20 messages. Okay, awesome. You still have 256 people to send messages to, right? So before you say, none of my friends want to host a show with me, have you sent those messages? That's my first question. That will always be my first question. That is the question that I'm teaching Tiffany to ask her team. And that's the question that we're teaching Carolyn to ask to her team. Okay? Because again, our time is just as valuable as your time, right? And so it's a two-way street. If I'm going to invest time into helping you guys get the results, then you have to also be willing to do the work on your part of it. So, you know, one of the best things I've ever done for you guys when we are working hand in hand with each other to help you guys get your calendars where you need to be, the best thing that you can do as you're sending messages is to send a screenshot, okay, to whoever your upline is. If you don't know how to respond to someone that's telling you no, let us help you, okay? Every one of us are invested in not only in our personal businesses, but also you guys. So taking a screenshot and sending it to myself or Tiffany or Carolyn, and you know, if you're one of my personal team members and you don't want to talk to me, I mean, number one, I don't blame you. But number two, if you feel more comfortable talking to Tiffany or talking to Carolyn, they don't mind, okay? Because we're here to help everyone succeed, okay? Not just a couple of you. We want all of you guys to succeed. So it starts with those messages though, okay? If you haven't been in the Wolfpack team doc lately, I updated all of those words like a week ago, okay? So it's got all brand new verbiage. There's brand new verbiage for booking your June shows. And I gave you multiple, okay? There's multiple, not just one set of words. There's like 2 and 3 sets of words that you can try out. Because sometimes the words don't work for one of you, but they work for another, right? The biggest thing that you guys can do is make sure it sounds like you, okay? Because trust me, people are going to know. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, Mike, that does not sound like you. It sounds like Jackie, right? Everybody knows that we all speak a certain way when we write. If I could like type and have hand motions built in there some way, people would know that was me, right? Because I talk with my hands and I shake my head all the time. I'm very animated. And so normally my messages are just as animated when I send them. So if you're not an animated person, maybe you need to tweak it a little bit, right? Right, Carolyn? Yep, you need to tweak it a little bit. So, you know, the challenge is finding the time, right? Every one of us are busy, right? But I will tell you, one of the hardest lessons I had to learn along the way in this business, number one, to get myself out of my own way. So many times we kind of stand in our own way of being successful at things that we try to do. We just step right in front of it. You know, we just kind of like, we're doing really, really great. And then it's like you start, you know, tripping over your own feet because you're standing right there. Like you're blocking your own path to success. Every single one of you guys, all of us, were given the same 24 hours a day to be successful. But some of us choose to work on that success every day, and some of us choose not to. You know, you don't have to devote every single day to Pampered Chef, especially if you're just a part-time consultant doing your thing. You're happy with your results. You're happy with doing one show and being active every month. These are not the people that I'm speaking to. But I am speaking to those of you guys that are in this business to make money, those of you guys that are in this business to promote, those of you guys that are in this business for the long haul, right? Long haul as in financial long haul. You have to be willing to do the work, because I'm telling you, I mean, if I could pawn it off on my like 9-year-old and 11-year-old, I totally would, but they won't have it. I don't know why. I haven't figured that out yet. But nobody's going to do it for us, guys. Okay. It's just like any one of your jobs that you guys have. How many of you guys work? Most of you guys do, right? So you go to your 8 to 5, your 9 to 5, your whatever your scheduled job is. You walk in, you have a boss that tells you exactly what to do during your shift. Would you guys all agree? Everybody knows what is expected of them. Everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do during that period of time, and you have someone to answer to. The hardest part about this kind of business is that we do not have that. There's no one that you have to check in with. There's no one that you have to answer to. And there's not really a set of, oh my gosh, I need to do X, Y, and Z every single day, right? There, you don't have any of that. So for me, that's always been the challenge of this business, is to find a system that works for me and practice it every single day. So some of your systems may look different than mine because, again, I do this full time. I've got hours to devote to it. You know, I've got, you know, pretty much a system that I follow. Some of you guys are new and you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing still, right? You're like, oh my gosh, where do I find the pockets of time? Well, I will tell you that, you know, the most successful people in this business, if you talk to them, they touch their business at least 15 minutes a day, at least, okay? Because I want you guys to think about it. If I asked you right now, I don't know, let's see, Yvonne, how long would it take you to send out 15 messages on Facebook and Messenger? How long would that take you?
Probably 15 to 20 minutes.
To copy and paste 15 messages?
Well, maybe a little bit more.
Okay. So would you agree then, if you sent 15 messages out in 15 minutes, that's a valuable use of your time?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. What else could we do in 15 minutes? Ashley Collins, what could you do in 15 minutes?
Play with the dog.
No, not play with your dog. She snorted,
Really?
y'all. I said dog, and my dog's like,
peanut gallery over here.
good. I hope he is giving you crap too. What could you do in 15 minutes that would be valuable for your business?
I use the scheduler a lot.
Okay, so schedule
some
your
weeks
post.
I work 3 12s in a row. So then I'll schedule, I'll take time. And sometimes it does take me that, you know,
Yeah.
to do 3 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but then Friday when I was off, I just scheduled all day Saturday, Sunday. So that's just something that's been really helpful for me. I don't have to worry about taking the time out of my day to schedule.
Right.
The only thing I have to, you know, remember every day is changing the
banner
picture thing.
Yeah. So 15 minutes for her to use the schedule system for her parties. Would you guys all agree that's a great use of 15 minutes? Right? Okay. So Heather, you're there. I know you're there. She just turned her camera off, but she couldn't sneak out that quick. Heather, what would be a great use of 15 minutes of your time?
Setting up post packets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, making those copies, getting those host packets ready so that, you know, me, I'm a big, huge advocate of like making them suckers like 25 to 50 of them at a time so that I'm not constantly always making host packets. How many of you guys dread making host packets? I used to. Yep. I used to dread it, and then I would procrastinate on it because it takes, you know, for a while. It feels like it takes forever and you're always doing it. So if you take 15 or 20 minutes and make up a bunch of host packets, I'd say that's a valuable use of your time, right? All right, let's see. Angie, what could you do for 15 minutes?
I don't know.
Okay. That's okay. That's why we do these calls, guys. That's exactly why we do these calls. You know, because again, we're all trying to make the best use of our time. And so, you know, instead of it always being me tell you what you could do with 15 minutes, listen to each other. You know, you guys have got great ideas already. So Tiffany Bowman, you're brand new, right? You're brand new, but what could you do for 15 minutes that would add value to your business?
I was thinking like reach out to even family and friends who don't have Facebook and have the good old fashioned catalog party.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Who else? Beth, what would be a great use of 15 minutes for you?
Doing customer care call, at least one or two.
Love.
Because, you know,
My
we
dog
talk,
loves
so.
it. Evidently. Pepper started barking, so she really liked that one too. She's trying to jump up in my lap and maul me right now, but that's okay. Renee, how about you, my dear?
I've been putting off printing different types of labels that I need.
Okay, so
That
getting
would
your
probably,
supplies ready.
yeah.
Yeah, getting supplies ready. Again, it goes back to making short-term sacrifices for your long-term success, right? That's really what this business, that's really one of the hard lessons I've learned along the way is sometimes it's finding those really small pockets of time. When we say we don't have time to do X, Y, or Z, you have to make time for it, guys, right? Nobody, the little time fairy is never going to come and say, now is the time that you're going to make host packets. Now is the time that you're going to do customer care calls. It's never going to happen. It's not. But if you schedule it and you stick to your schedule, it will happen. So, you know, what I challenge you to do is find those pockets of time. I will not give up the summer, right? Look, let's go back to the real Becky for a second. Lots of you guys have your kids home with you, right? Some of you work from home. Some of you don't. Some of you have full-time jobs. Some of you don't. Some of you are teachers that finally have the summer off, you know, and I know probably the last thing on your mind is like, oh my God, I don't want to work all, you know, you're thinking, I don't want to work all summer, right? I want to have playtime. I want to spend time with my kids. I want to spend time with my family because that's what summer is all about. But if you want to have a business 90 days from now, let's go back to that reality check for a second. You still have to work through the summer. Okay. But what I don't advocate for is for you guys to just devote all of your time to Pampered Chef and none of it to what's important to you. Because none of you guys started this business, you know, to just solely do Pampered Chef and say, forget you kids, I'm working. No, not going to happen. My kids are home. Yes, I have to make huge adjustments because it's like, oh my gosh, when do I work? Because I go through this little bit of mommy guilt. I have a lot of mommy guilt where, you know, my kids are now home from school. I'm here. I'm supposed to be working during my office hours, but I really want to go play outside with them. I want to go like, you know, hang at the park with them or play video games with them or sit down and read a book with them. So schedule your playtime and schedule your work time and stick to it. So if you only have 15 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day that you can work on your business, you can do a lot, as you guys just heard, with 15 minutes or 30 minutes. But before you schedule it, figure out exactly what you're going to do with that 15 or 30 minutes. Okay? Don't just say, oh, it's my time to work from 8 o'clock to 8:30. 8 o'clock comes and you're like, now what do I do? Then you're spinning your wheels for 10 minutes trying to figure out what you should do for the next 20 minutes of your office time. Plan your work and work your plan. Okay? Figure it out ahead of time. Make the most valuable use of your time that you have. Figure it out. You know,
Becky, something else.
Sure, go ahead, Michelle.
Something else that, you know, summertime, you know, I start kicking it into high gear. So I just got done work. I teach, for those of you who don't know me. I just got done last week. So this is my first actual week off. But something that I'm actually in the process of planning is my meals for the week and then which meals I can go live with and my news feed and stuff like that. So that's something else you can do. Really, yeah. That's something else you can do really quick though. Usually as soon as summer comes, a lot of my people know, oh, she's back in business. Right. You know, it's like one of those. Yep. Yeah.
Exactly. I love that. I absolutely love that. You know, because again, you just have to figure out what's important to you, right? Once you know what's important to you and why you're doing this business, typically once you have that figured out, you can drive the results by just sticking clearly to what your mission is and your goal is. Michelle's mission is to work during the summer as a teacher, which she's crazy, but I love her. God bless her. You know, but you know, she figures it out. Like she makes it happen. I'll tell you, she kicks butt during the summertime when she's off. Like she's normally our top seller for the entire organization during the summertime because she sticks to her guns, you know, it really is that simple. I know this business seems so complicated at times, but it really is as simple as figuring out a schedule that works for you and sticking to that schedule.
Plus she bakes.
What's that?
Plus she bakes.
Yes, she bakes. Okay. So, yes, we all want to enjoy our summers, right? I want you all to enjoy your summer, but I also want you guys all to enjoy what you're getting out of your Pampered Chef business, okay? So again, kind of how we started off with, all of us leaders are here to help you guys through the entire summer. If you're not getting the results, but you have to expect those questions to be coming and to be able to answer the questions, okay? Because I expect if I'm giving up my time, or Carolyn is, or Tiffany is, that you're also putting in the same time and effort too to match it, okay? But I'll tell you, really, if you want to change your business, change your habits, okay? It comes back to the habits and the things that we're not doing. That's where you're really going to find your answers. I think Carolyn has said it best. When she was first starting out, she was sending 7 to 10 messages consistently every single day until she had her calendar full. And guys, she promoted to a director in 90 days. 90 days. I mean, she recruited her first 5 people in her first 30 days. So it can happen. It's just, again, it goes back to what is your drive? Where do you see yourself, right? Because we're all going to have a different path forward. Every one of us do. The other thing I want to remind you guys is that comparison is also the thief of joy. So don't ever compare your results to someone else's results, because all of our lives are completely different, right? We all have a different why in this business. We all have a different reason for doing this business. And it changes over time. And so personally, and Tiffany can verify this, the biggest struggle that I've had, and I know exactly what she's thinking, girl, yeah, that's right. The biggest struggle I have had personally in the last 3 years with this business is sitting by watching all of my friends, my lovely friends, promoting in this business. And here I was, I'm doing everything I need to do, but I'm not getting the results, right? Woe is me. Becky, you suck. Compare. And then eventually I let all that go, right? And I said, why am I doing that? Because all of our lives are different. My life is different than my best friend Claudia's, right? My life is different than some of my other peers that I admire so much in this business. Our lives are all different. Every one of us have different life circumstances. And so my results are never going to be the same as theirs. But it doesn't mean that my mission changes, right? It just means that my time will come when it's supposed to come. Some of us get there quickly, some of us don't. Some of us, are super ambitious and some of us aren't. And that's okay, because it doesn't mean any of you guys are less than each other, okay? Just means we all have a completely different,
why
in our business. Exactly. So, all right, my last question before Tiffany takes over is, she mentioned earlier that we're going to have pop-up trainings. And I would love to know, what would you guys like to be trained on? What do you feel that you need help with? So if you want to drop it in the chat box, put it in there for us. Okay. I'd love to know what you personally feel your struggles are and where we can help or have somebody help, okay, you this summer. Go for it, Tivers.
So I wanted to, before I go into what I have to talk about, is when Becky said that when you have a regular job, somebody is holding you accountable to do that job, your boss. And with Pampered Chef, you are your own boss. But the beauty about being your own boss is, with a team that you guys have and the teammates that we have within each other, you can have an accountability partner. So it could be on your own team. It could be, if you're on Becky's personal team, it could be somebody on my team, or it could be somebody on Carolyn's team. It doesn't have to be somebody in the same, on your same team. Find somebody, talk with them, and have those conversations, find out what they're doing in their business, do not, like what Becky said, do not compare yourself with each other. Find out what your struggles are and talk it out. Boost each other up. Find that accountability partner, because it is nice to build a relationship with somebody else on the team and build your own personal business together. So
absolutely,
that's an option for you guys.
And don't just find someone. I'm just going to add this in here, because so many times we find accountability partners and we find that person that's going to be like, oh yeah, you're a rock star. No, find that person that's going to kick your butt.
Yeah.
Okay?
And hold you
accountable, because that's what accountability is, right? It's someone that's going to hold your feet to the fire. And when Tiffany tells me, oh, I'm going to send out 50 messages in the next 2 days, and then I say, hey, how'd your 50 messages go? And she says, oh, well, I only sent 10. Where's that accountability? Be that person for each other. Definitely be that person for each other.
Yeah. So what I am to talk about is how to boost your sales for the Disney Pixar products for Toy Story 4. So as you guys all have seen, that Pampered Chef has put out a challenge for the top 50 sellers of the Pixar products. You'll get 5,000?
Yes, 5,000.
5,000 trip points to earn towards Disney. And then they're going to put everybody's name in the drawing that has sold one of the products. And they're going to pick how many, I don't even know how many it was.
I don't think that they announced how many.
Okay. Yeah. They're going to draw names to give out tickets for you to go see the movie itself. So Pampered Chef is putting out their own challenge out there for everybody to start selling the Pixar products. So ways for you to boost your sales in your party that I have come up with. One, I think you guys all have kids, or if you don't have kids, you have grandkids. Unfortunately, I have fur babies, so I'm going to have to either adopt real quick or buy some kids somewhere off the street. So
you can just borrow mine for the evening.
Okay, I will take them. So use what you have in front of you, which is your kids, your grandkids. Let them play with the products. Do a video, do photos of their expressions when they're making stuff with you. If they mess up and spill something, take a photo of it. Have them put the products in their hands so your guests could see the size. Because I know when I was talking to Chris, who's on here as well, she's under me, she wanted to know she wants them really bad, but she wanted to know the size of them. So I grabbed mine and I put them up and I put my hand against so you could see, because the pictures don't really justify how big they are. So just let them know that they can be used for pancake molds, stuff with food, a cookie cutter. If they just want to play, they could play with Play-Doh, or just be toys, not that you want to spend that money to have them be toys, but you could do that as well. So just use your kids, use your grandkids, show those videos, showcase them with the products, make the videos, post them to your personal timeline. Don't even mention, that, you could say these are the Disney products from Pampered Chef, but leave it at that. And then just showcase them making the products or making the pancakes with the products and just showing their expressions. Another thing too, when you're doing using the products, just make sure you're showcasing all of them all together. So you have your molds, you have your stencils, you have the spatula and the scraper. You could also cross-sell the mixing bowl, the kids mixing bowl. You could cross-sell the non-stick double burner griddle. Another product that you could cross sell with it is the batter mixer dispenser, to make that clean, pour into the molds. So there's a lot of products that you can cross sell with these kids products as well. Feature the other kids products if you have them with your grandkids. It will boost your sales. Also, it will boost your bookings too. I posted the new products video of the Pixar and the cool insert bowls that just came out here in June. And one of my coworkers, I had said something about, for the 30-year-olds and 20-year-olds that grew up with the Toy Story, and if you grew up with Toy Story, now you have kids that you're sharing this Toy Story 4 with, like raise your hand or something like that. And then I posted the video that Pampered Chef had put out for the new products. And excuse me, I'm like, my voice is going. And one of my coworkers commented underneath and was like, I need to get those. And I told her, I was like, we're going to talk later. And I booked her for the later this month. So it's definitely a way for you to be able to boost your bookings as well. They are a limited time only for the Pixar. So you want to get them you want the people to get them in their hands as soon as possible. So you want them to order them ASAP. Put an order in on a show, but just make sure that you get those orders and get them in their hands. That's all I got.
Anybody else have any ideas? Anything that you could try to do with those products to boost your sales or bookings?
Quick question though.
What's
So
that?
they're limited time. So do we know when they'll be done?
So we have a 9-month contract with Disney Pixar, okay? Which means that most likely, I haven't seen the fall catalog yet, but from what my little birdies have told me that they're going to be in the fall catalog, but I don't know that for sure. Like I can't say it 100%, okay? So, I'm really not lying to people when I say through the summer because I don't know if they're going to be in the fall catalog. I know that our contract is with Disney Pixar, so fall could come and we may have new products with Disney Pixar, okay? I just know that we have a 9-month contract with them. Does that make, you guys get that? Like, those products could be limited as far as the summertime goes. Then we could have new ones for fall. I have no idea. But what I will tell you is that, the movie releases June 21st. And so, another way you can totally promote it is take your kids to the movies on June 21st. Take some pictures of you guys sitting, in the movie theater.
With the products.
You could. I would totally.
With the products.
There's your sale.
And then the other thing to think about is, back in the day, movies, they came out of the theater and it was like a year and a half before they hit the videos, right?
On VHS?
On VHS, I know. It will actually be released for rental in November, which means you're going to have the opportunity for a second round with these products when it releases with Disney Pixar, okay? Wow. Yeah, so it's another way to think about it. So I'm thinking for those of you guys that are local, if anybody wants to have like a Toy Story team movie night, I would totally go to the movies with you guys if anybody wants to go to the movies. We could bring your kids along. We could have a fun kids night, family night, whatever. But I plan on taking my kids when it comes out because for us, it's a huge memory. And they were actually, Pampered Chef did a lot of research that the 28 and 29 years old people was when they were small children when the movie actually Toy Story first came out. And so a lot of us have lots of really cool memories with Toy Story. And, this is the younger generation, getting to have that excitement. So that's why we say put these kids in your nieces, nephews, kids, grandkids' hands because that's who's going to bring them to life. Like my 40-year-old butt's not going to bring them to life, but my kids are. My kids' faces, their hands, they will bring them to life where I can't bring them to life. Yes, I'm goofy. Yes, I act crazy and silly. And I can have a lot of fun with them, but there's nothing like it. I don't know how many of you guys are in my VIP group, but when my box came, I didn't go live and open it up. I had my kids do it because it's so much more fun when a kid can be surprised with what they're going to open in that box and see it and be like, oh my gosh, look at this. yes, they're wacky and crazy like me, but it's just another level when it's your kids. So yeah, June 21st. If anybody wants to go to the movies with us, let me know. I'm totally down. Totally down. One announcement I totally forgot about, and I was looking at my calendar. Last year we started something new with doing a team picnic at my house. This year's team picnic is going to be July 13th at my house. Okay. I'm thinking probably around 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm not sure. I haven't narrowed the time down, but if you guys want to mark that on your calendar, it's July 13th that it'll be at my house. Your families can come. We had a blast last year. Me and Tim did fireworks for the kids. Everybody brought a cover dish. Like, we just had a really good time together. We all got sunburnt, made fools out of ourselves, had a great time. We, did s'mores at nighttime with the kids, and it just was a really, really good time to kind of connect as a team outside of work. If that makes any sense with you guys. Like, we didn't talk shop. It was all family fun. So mark your calendars for that. Does anyone have any questions at all? Like, we have about 10 minutes for questions. We did pretty good. Or Carolyn, do you have anything that you want to talk about this evening? She's been on vacation. She's like soaking up the mountains.
She's trying to listen.
Hi there. I'm here. Yeah, no, I put myself mute because I have my grandson. So I'm in Salt Lake now because I pick up my mom in a little bit.
Oh.
So she's flying in from Pennsylvania.
Yay.
From not Mechanicsburg.
Carlisle.
She used to live in Shippensburg, and now it's someplace between Carlisle.
Carlisle.
I think it's Carlisle.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. So she's flying in.
So Carolyn still has connections with PA with us, even though she's out in Utah.
Yes.
Yes. So anything that you want to add on?
My family's up there. No, I think you pretty much got it all. I really like the ideas that Tiffany had brought up in regards to the Toy Story products in the grandkids or the children's hands. And so we have a family reunion coming up on Friday. I think I'm for sure going to pull them out and get my kids all around to get some pictures of them. So
absolutely,
yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Well, it's like Becky said, you're going to capture their excitement on video or definitely pictures. I mean, just keep snapping pictures and choose the best one of them going wow, or looking at the product. Something. It's putting your own twist on it versus Pampered Chef pictures that we cannot adjust.
So another idea for you.
I've seen a couple of the sets already, but they were like very much of the Pampered Chef, and they had to have the new things that just came out. So
awesome. I think she's having a little bit of connection issues.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing is, if you guys have any cooking shows coming, something I did because I'm sneaky like that is I took all the products with me and laid them out there for the kids, and let the kids play with them while everybody was shopping. And of course they're like, Mom, I need these. So it's just a sneaky way to sell them too. Because I'm that mom. Like, if my kids are like, I need these, I'm like, okay, all right. Okay. So a couple other things real quick. So most of you guys know that I have been incarcerated in Facebook jail now for like a year and a half, it feels like. Who's got a TV on?
I think it's Carolyn.
Let me mute her. I don't know. Carolyn, can you?
I can't hear you. It's just
can you mute yourself? There we go. There it is.
Sure.
So I've been in Facebook lockdown now for literally a week, where I cannot comment and I cannot like. So I promise you guys, I'm not ignoring you. I love every one of you guys. I want to comment and I want to like your posts, but I cannot do it. Facebook is a witch. So I did want to tell you guys, though, a couple of tips for you guys. So I'm working right now with home office to really figure out what's going on. And it has nothing to do with your parties. It has nothing to do with commenting your photos, all the crap that you guys see on all of these groups. It actually looks like it's breaking down to be an iPhone issue. That it between us, and please don't go any further. And actually, I'm going to stop the recording right now.